Everybody, today's video is going to be pretty mundane. It's basically just me installing these mud flaps. I bought the ROKBLOKZ mud flaps. They're fitted for the Ranger Raptor. All the holes are where they need to be. It's not a universal kit where you got to drill out holes, which if you're good at that, freaking do it, save yourself some money. This was $169, so kind of expensive, but I think they're really good quality. They have some flex to them, but they'll definitely stop rocks from hitting the cars behind you and keep rocks from flinging up. That's not really too much of a problem if you have your running boards. The rocks that fling up from the front tires usually just hit the bottom of the running boards. I have no dings or dents on the side of my truck from rocks coming up from the wheels, but I have mud all over it. So maybe this will stop that a little bit. They do stick out just a tiny bit, so if you put spacers or different wheels to increase the offset, these should cover you that extra maybe inch out the side, and then they come down about 6 inches from the bottom of the wheel well, both front and back. So I think they're good. They come with some screws and some push clips. You don't reuse the existing clips. It gives you all new ones. They're bigger, a little bit beefier, and they're definitely strong. They're in there pretty good. I mean, it moves the whole fender when you do this. So I'm happy with it. Let me show you up close, and then the rest of the video is going to be the actual install of it. But it'll be kind of sped up. And the tools I used a trimmer tool, removal tool, but you could also just use a flathead screwdriver to get the old clips out. And then you need a Phillips head. And I used a Phillips head on a ratchet so I could get it in there because it's pretty tight in these spaces right here. Like a stubby might not even fit. You'd have to take the wheel off. But anyway, that's how they go in there. You can see there's like no gap between there. It's really nice and flush. Like I said, it's got some flex to it. But when it flexes, it doesn't flex past the clips. If you were to hit a rock and come straight down on it, it might pop some of the clips out, but I mean, that's just the way it is. The fronts look pretty good. They don't look out of place at all. They look like they're supposed to be there. You can get all sorts of different colors and stuff. I just went with black, so it was very subtle. Really, you hardly even notice it when you see it at first. You think that's just the way it should be. So that's it. I also bought the sticker inlay letters for the Ranger in the back. I went with the same forged carbon look. The first thing I got to do is get my pressure washer and clean out all the wheel wells because they're disgusting, and I don't want to be putting this on over a whole bunch of mud and muck. Okay, the clips that need to come out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have this trim removal tool, which makes it pretty easy. These clips have a little slot on some of them, or not on some of them, all of them have it, but you stick just one piece in there, and on the slot I'm talking about, let me show you here. So I don't even know if you can see it, but there's like a little indent for you to put a screwdriver in. So if you have the tool, use it. If not, any screwdriver, same thing, stick it in there and pull it out. It's almost as easy. I'm going to use the tool because I have it, but a screwdriver works just fine. So now there's 2 fasteners that come with this. It comes with these like push fasteners. These are going to go on the outside for. It also comes with this, basically it's like a molly almost that would go into like drywall or cement. So you're going to push this in there, and then the screw with a washer. So it comes with all the stuff you need, but you get a screw and a washer. So you stick this inside of these 4 holes before you put the mud flap on. The way I'm going to do it, put this bottom screw in just a little bit, just as much as you can get it with your finger, and then do the rest of them. Now they give you like a tape measure, something to line it up. I just push it all the way in on all of them, and that lined it up pretty well on the other side. Now with these, you got to push, hold the thing, and you're pushing on the actual washer to really get it seated all the way in. So right there, it's not all the way in. You got to push it all the way. Otherwise, it's going, when you push this in, those are going to spread out, and it's going to be pushed away from the fender a little bit, and you don't want that. And then I just use a hammer, light taps. Done. And it's in there. All right, so this is the last one. You'll see you have 2, 4, 6, and then there's a hole that doesn't even have a plug in it right down here, and that's where you're going to put the last one. So there are 7 on here. So you got 2, 4, 6, and then 7. whereas in the front you're using 8. So 4 screws, 4 of the clips. This uses 4 screws, 3 of the clips. So again, I'm just going to take all these out. Actually, I'll do these with a screwdriver just so prove that it's not all that difficult to do. I'm going to stick the ones that the screws are going to go into, these 3, and then the 4th one back here in this corner that you can't really see on the video, but it's in there. So now, line my mud flap up, put the washer on, and then again, this one, you need some sort of 90-degree screwdriver. Even a stubby wouldn't really fit in here. I'll show you how tight the clearance is. So I'm barely able to even get this thing on here. And I'm also reaching behind here because it's actually spinning and I can't even push it hard enough to keep it from spinning. So I'm reaching my hand inside to hold the plastic thing straight so the screw actually goes into it. Once it gets tight and you can push on it hard enough, it'll stay in place. Same with the front. It's loose enough now on all of them. I just push all of them to the far inside towards the truck to line everything up. And get them tight. And the final step. That's it. You can see the clips and the screws all the way down there. It is firm, it's secure. I mean, it's not going anywhere. I think it's pretty solid. Here's the view from right behind it. So it sticks down a little bit. It's really bright outside, sorry, you probably can't see all that well, but it is not super obtrusive. I think it's gonna do a good job. All right, so this one's done. Sticks down further in the back than I would have thought, but I guess that's a good thing. It's not going to get caught up on anything. If it does, I mean, it's got some flex to it. I mean, I'm a little concerned if it gets caught up on a rock or something, if it pulls one of the things out, but that's not the end of the world. But it's super secure on here.
It's over!